just watching the kids, and Steve was off on a vacation, and I didn't think anything of it when Steve's mother came into the room and said, Steve's had an accident. And so I kind of thought, oh, gosh, too bad he's going to be in a cast all summer, poor guy. All of our great plans for the summer, are going to be ruined.
I mean, I knew I couldn't move at the scene of the accident, but in the hospital, it was when I discovered that I was a quadriplegic. I remember the first time they used the word, and I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe someone would use the word quadriplegic about me.
We just, normal day at the beach. I remember rolling around in the sand like a little kid again. So I went into the water. Didn't realize how shallow the water was, and once I hit the water, I just knew something wasn't right. I felt a sudden jolt. Everything just was a sudden jolt, and I remember I could just flail my arms and not move my legs or anything else. And I just remember hoping that someone would pull me up.
All of a sudden, one day, I was sitting there in my office and couldn't sign my name. And so I commented to Kathleen and explained it to her.
Being that Rick was, for close to 27 years, controller at Levi Strauss. So to have a man of that magnitude have a devastating event like a cerebral hemorrhage and have no control over anything was like a total reversal of our lives.
There is a familiar smile or look that people give when you're in a power chair, and it's a good look. Like I interpret it as positive, but it's sort of like, poor guy,
A lot of the healing process is mental. Your body is new, and you don't know what it's capable of. And the doctors and physical therapists and occupational therapists are wonderful, but what Pushing Boundaries added for us was literally that, expanding and pushing a little bit on what we thought was possible.
When you're sitting in a power chair and all of the medical experts tell you you'll never walk again, let alone move, you just start to believe it. And so you never try. You never try to stand. And so you get into Pushing Boundaries, and they don't baby you, and they say, stand up. What? I can't stand. Yeah, you can. No, I can't. Yeah, you can. Stand up.
For someone with a spinal cord injury, physical therapy teaches you how to live in a chair. Occupational therapy teaches you how to live in a chair as well. But Pushing Boundaries, they push that boundary. You don't have to. It's a different focus, and that's why I'm going to all threes, because it's something other than trying to live in a chair.
Well, when I was first asked to stand, and again, not believing that I could, and just that feeling of being vertical, it's just thrilling. I mean, it's thrilling.
When you come in to accomplish something, it's pleasure is the only thing I can think of. That it makes me feel really well, and somehow just helps me adjust to this handicap thing I've got going on.
You would think that walking is like riding a bike, and it's not. You can't just get up and walk. You have to relearn how to walk. Every bit of it, you have to relearn. Plus, you're in a new body that doesn't act the same. The leg doesn't respond in the same time. It might be a couple seconds behind your thinking. It's amazing how you just don't intuitively come back to walking.
My long-term goal, of course, is to one day get back on my feet. But right now, my plan, I have something every single day, whether it be physical therapy, exercise therapy, or school. I feel that going to school has really, really helped me get back on my, get back to where life used to be.
And what I've learned through all of this, is that each of us have more strength than we ever realized. We have a current or a river of strength that we're afraid to tap into for some reason. But given what Rick and I have been put together to do, I know that I have that strength now, and I know that he does too.
Oh, this summer I'm going to work my butt off at a PB, as we call it around here, and do everything they tell me to do, and some extra.
I always try to think a year out so I don't get stuck in where we are. And if you were to ask me last year when we started pushing boundaries, just about this time, I could have never predicted he would have come so far, which enabled us to come so far. So I'm trying to do the same thing where we are now, even though it seems like we have our good days and bad days, and say, where will we be a year from now? I don't know the answer to that, but I do know that the consistency and the professional breadth that everybody on the team brings to Rick has been phenomenal.
So the advantage of someone with a spinal cord injury going to pushing boundaries, it gives them that hope, and it gives them that exercise, and it's more than just physical. It's also really mental.
I don't know how I'm walking right now, but I know how I would not be walking. How I would not be walking is if I hadn't participated in pushing boundaries, if I didn't have community around me. I guarantee you I wouldn't be walking.